This is a demonstration of the Collatz procedure, which simply says take any random integer, whole number, and if it's even, divide it by 2, or if it's odd, multiply it by 3 and then add 1. Now keep repeating this sequence and you will always come back to the number 1. You'll always reach the number 1 in the sequence. So what I wanted to do was to ask ChatGPT to write a program that would demonstrate the Collatz procedure in a graph. And it did so. Here's the program that it wrote. And in just a minute here, I will show you the 3 graphs. I produced several graphs, but here are just 3 of them. Here's the first, and here's the second. And I'll dwell longer on the third because it's easier to understand. Okay, so each line segment is one operation or one step in the process. Okay, the vertical orientation, the y-axis, shows the how high the numbers had to go in this sequence that I've already explained before they were able to come down to 1. And at the very bottom of the graph, of course, is where 1 is. So you can see each step is a line segment. Now, here is my program, and I wrote this several months ago. Oh no, not months, years, several years ago. And mine is different. For one thing, the x and the y-axis are reversed. So on mine, the x-axis, the horizontal, is demonstrating the number, how high the number had to go in order to finish the calculation at 1. And then the y-axis, the vertical axis, is how many times, how many steps it had to take. And so I'm pointing out the numbers at the top that show how many runs we're on, what is the highest number of steps that it had to take to reach 1, and what specific number that it chose at random reached the maximum, reached the highest number of calculations in order to arrive then at the number 1. So that's basically it. Now the thing that amazed me about this, because I didn't realize this until I actually wrote the program again several years ago, was that there is some sort of pattern going on, and you can obviously see the pattern in the graph. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's a fractal, or there's both a pattern going to the right, in other words, the number, the highest, I don't know why I'm struggling saying that the highest number it reached in the sequence of calculations, okay? In this case, it's 9,200 and something. That's in the x-axis. And then the y-axis is the number of steps that it had to take. And there is definitely a pattern both in the x and in the y, and you can see it clearly as more and more and more runs are made. So that's it. That was the challenge for ChatGPT and for me, and I thank you very much for watching.